Hello everyone. It's fucking over. Yes, it's over. I'm serious, guys. So, why I'm saying this? Um, well, let's look at Bakhmut. It doesn't look good for Bakhmut right now because, as I wrote, there is a fucking complete front collapse. Um, so the Avant-Garde Stadium is by now. I'm pretty sure that by now, at the moment I'm making the video, it's taken because if you see, like, it's not a stadium like a football stadium. It's a fucking like it's this. It's not even a real stadium. It's flat. What do you want, like Ukrainians to capture here, Russians to capture? When people talk about the avant-garde stadium, it's this thing. I think they are talking about these buildings. So I believe these buildings are perhaps still Ukrainian, but beside that, it's over. They took all that part. Let me just compare with last video, which was the 2 April. So during the 2 April, we had, you clearly see, guys, I don't even know what to say right now. It's already over. Um, they took all this shit, and this shit. Yeah, well, boys, I think it's the end of a story right here. When I'm saying it's the end, because if the front line is moving so fast, it means one thing. It means that the Ukrainians don't have time to fall back on a previous on a better line of defense. It means that each time they are going back, they moving backward, they like retreating. At the moment they try to, well, take back a new position, the Wagnerians are already here to push them again and again and again, and they don't have time anymore to just entrench somewhere, stay in a house or things like that. These are disorganized. So I believe the whole Bakhmut thing is going to collapse like this. I think, uh, yeah, that shit is going to be something like this. I think. Well, it's poorly drawn, but nope. Fuck. You understood what I was trying to do. Let's draw. It will be just easier for me. The Russians are going to capture all of this shit. And Bakhmut will just be this. Yep. Bakhmut will just be that thing. These like commie blocks, housing blocks. That's where the Ukrainians are going to stay. And yeah, beside that, I don't see the Russians I don't see the Russians actually managing to capture these parts very quickly, but at this point everything is possible. But it really looks like a good fortress for the Ukrainians. So when people say that the Ukrainians are going to move back, like move on the other side of the railroads, don't believe that it means that they will keep this part, all this part, and let the Russians. Guys, it's a railroad. It's not a river. You know, a railroad, you can cross it by foot. I don't know why people still think that a railroad is like a boundary or something like that. No, it's not. It's not. So there is legit nothing to do about that. And well, they're going to keep that area, the Ukrainians. The Russians will be able to capture all this thing. And yeah, we'll see what happens next. But it doesn't look good because even then, if the Ukrainians keep this part, they will have to keep this road to be able to at least get out, or perhaps they set up the tunnels in this. It's not perhaps, I think they just seriously set up the tunnels here. The tunnels are somewhere here, perhaps in the school. Yeah, in the school here, or under some buildings. I don't know. We'll see. New update. Why did I put this shit? Is because I apparently the Russians are in this tree line advancing. they entrench in this tree line. But as you can see, the Russians are not in that area, so I could not like just fill all of this place as Russian. And I think this area is just a no man's land. There is nobody here. The Ukrainians are not passing by this road to attack from behind the Russians here, and it's just empty. It's nobody. Nobody's here. So that's why the Russians are able to actually move out in this tree line without being attacked from both sides, but just one side from Ivanivsky. Then you have attacks at Stupochki, as usual. The Ukrainians made a counter-offensive apparently. So that was from the. If you remember in the last video, there was like a geo. I showed a geolocation of the Ukrainian tank attacking the Russian positions. So apparently they did a counter-offensive in this area around Dilevka. So let me show you the difference. Yeah, they captured these parts, and if you check like the rest of the front, there is no well, there is still fighting, a lot of fighting around Avdiivka, of course, but there's no much, not a lot of movement right now, and it's due to new reinforcements, new troops coming to help, to help the Ukrainians, like the Ukrainian troops in Avdiivka, to they are now fighting and entrenching in Novokalinova, Keramik, Novobakhmutovka, Bardichi, Stepove, Semenovka, Orlovka, Lastochkoneye, and these towns, they are really trying to prevent the Russians to well, catch Bardichi and the road of Lastochkine, this road. That's the goal here. So, yeah, this front line is going to. I actually think that if the Russians capture Bakhmut too soon to like no, it will not be a good idea. Like it will not help the Avdiivka front because by capturing Bakhmut, it will free up a lot of soldiers for the Ukrainians to move to Avdiivka. And yes, you would say that it's the same for the Russians, but the Russians have also these goals. They have these goals, these towns, these cities to attack. So I don't know. Perhaps the capture of Bakhmut will allow the Ukrainians to move Bakhmut troops in Avdiivka. I don't know. We'll see. Vogledar, is a lot of fightings in Vogledar, but nothing different. Just the usual. There has been uh, uh, a video on Telegram that I could not geolocate. I'm sorry, but the video just. I think the geolocation was here, but I'm not sure. Really, so don't take it as true information, like confirmed, but it showed like shelling of well a field, an area looking like this one, and it's good because it will mean that my mapping is right. As you know, a lot of other mappers map this area, the Novosielka front, like this. Like yeah, this. Let me just draw something. For them, it's like no, not this. For them, it's like that, something like this. Yeah, that's how they map out the Novoselka front. I map it like that, and I'm well. No, I'm pretty sure I'm right with this video. If anyway, the video said it was in Novoselka, around Novoselka, so it's around this city. So at the very least, even if it's like I don't know here or here. It's not here. For real, I search. There is nothing that looks like what it was in video here. So it's. I really think it's here. It's this part, and it means that Yeah, I'm right. I'm good. The mapping is right. So it's good to know. There is a geolocation at Malinovka. So let me show you the geolocation. So yeah, I geolocated this one. So you can see clearly the hangars here, the forest here. And it's interesting because, wait, let me just show you first this. So in the view from the drone, you saw something like this, I think. Yeah, you see the forest here, the trees here, and it's these ones. And the interesting part of this is that the drone had a rear view camera, and you see this rear view camera. I zoomed in, and as you can see, the drone is flying over some sort of hangars. And from this view, if you go back, move back, yeah, that's the hangars are these ones. So the drone was launched from this place. So the Russians are in these hangars, and we're filming. The drone was filming this place. Yeah. So next, um, no information about this area, but I'm soon going to make a strategy video. And interestingly, there is this preparation for World War III. Why did I say this like this? Yeah, it's really, if you think about it, Russians don't really fear about the Ukrainians arriving, like moving up to Crimea. Because if you look, Crimea looks like this. It's almost an island. It's almost a nice island. Yes, island. There is so little space to cross. There is just this, in fact, just this area that is a real connection, and the rest is just mud, 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 mud. And here there is even a river separating the two sides, and there is the bridges, but that can be destroyed. So the Russians are building a lot of trenches on these parts because I think they fear that at one point the war is going to degenerate into a war situation that will need more protection. And it seems that they are not just building defenses in Crimea, but it really looks like they're preparing war everywhere. Since now that Finland joined NATO, they announced that Russia announced that they will strengthen their border with Finland. They're really cautious. They even they if I find it, I will show you. But I remember seeing that they even built trenches in these parts, like in the Khabarovsk. I think it's Khabarovsk, sorry, the Khabarovsk region. It's not showing, but I think the region here is the Khabarovsk. Yes, this is Kamchatka. This is Khabarovsk, I think, something like this. And yeah, it's not looking good because they're really preparing for something more. And don't forget that they also moved nuclear warheads into Belarus, and they put it on the western parts. Why the western part? Because the new, the new like each seconds count. Like the closer they are to the enemy, the closer the news will reach the enemy. So it's really just something like this. It's the most important thing now. It's time. They can't lose time. There has been advances from the Russians that I mapped here now. So apparently, a few days ago, I found that Deep State UA, the Ukrainian source, geolocated the Russians here, I think, or perhaps here. I don't remember, but anyway, let's say it's here, and it means, and also there's fightings here. Like they geolocated them here too. So yeah, the Russians know got this whole area. And I'm pretty sure that the Russians are now here too, but I'm waiting for confirmation. And now to finish in Svatovo-Kremenaya front, we have some new geolocations. Uh, this one, I'm pretty proud of it because I found it today. I geolocated today. Um, I need to show you the same view as we see in the video, in the picture. Um, I think it looks like that in the picture. Yeah, something like this. Yeah, guys, I mean, it's really the same thing. The roads, the the shape of the road here. You see the forest behind, and this forest like is stops in a line. It's this forest, and yep, it's this area. It's really this view. So yeah, the Ukrainians are still here. And now it seems that there's a lot of geolocations in this front line because, as you can see, um, really think that there is a increase in fightings. The front line is really heating up. It's the front line with the most soldiers, if you did not know this, but yeah, this front line is the front line with the biggest amount of soldiers. So we have this geolocation. It was really easy since it said in the thing the group O, see the Russians with the O sign. The O group is in this area. So each time you see group O, it's in this area, and they also said here, na linii Svatovo Kremenaya. So it's in this front line, and there is just, yeah, it's just this place. Let me show you once again. Did I mistake and put the thing in the wrong place? No, yeah, it's this thing, I think. This view. Let me see. How did they show it? They showed it like this. Yeah, something like this, but anyway, you recognize it's, wait. So you see this field, the shape of this field. Uh, yeah, it looks like this one. No, sorry, it's this one. Oh, I'm fucking dumb. Yeah, sorry, it's this view. I just did not move like the marker is not at the right place. Yeah, that's this view. Next, we'll go further north around um, Malinkovka, I think. Kuzemivka, sorry. Kuzemivka front. So this geolocation, I swear to God, did take me so long, but I managed to do it. So you see foot soldiers first. It said that it was Kuzemovka. Kuzemovka. So Kuzemivka, it's here. So it said the city at least, but I wanted to find the exact location. So you see Russian soldier. It's a Russian soldier attacking. You see the tree lines here, and when he moves into the tree lines, you actually see the roads, the rails, like, and his group is there with him. So we have a tree line, some rails, and next after that we have a bird like drone view, and you see some white spots here. I don't know how this, but you see road, sort of road, yeah, a line here. So now let me show you the exact same view. It's something like this. Let me show. Yeah, you can do pause and watch for yourself. It's more like this. Yeah, just compare yourself if you don't believe it, but yeah, it's this area. Then just next to that, I geolocated right now, like 2 hours ago. This one. It was a bit more tricky, but it said, as you see, Svatovskoye направление. Um, So it was in the Wall front, and you see the railroad in the picture. As you saw the railroad in the picture, I just had to follow the railroad in Google Map to see like where it was. And now if you look like this, yeah, what helped me was the tree line. Don't look. I thought that it was a railroad first, but it's not a railroad. It's just the tracks, like yeah, the tracks that left some vehicles in the snow. It's this place, yeah. I think the view is something like this. And you had an Ukrainian soldier here that was shelled or droned. I think you can actually, yeah, you see. So the drone was over here, and the soldier was like here, this one. So rest in peace. And a major correction. No, not major correction. Sorry, I said nothing. There is no major correction here. He was mistaken with something else. So here you can see it was perfect for me, even though it did, yeah, just this Kupiansk front, but you had like a perfect drone video. You have so many places like that are recognizable, and I am not going to spend too much time on it, but just compare for yourself. It's the same view, same area. Yep, exactly the same. And you had in the same video, I think the same video, yes, this view. And let me check how the fuck did I think it was like this. Let me see. Yeah, it is like this. If you look carefully, it's really the same view. I think you can see it better right here. Yeah. So yes, a lot of geolocations in this part in the Svatovo-Kremenaya front line, which really shows that there is an increase in the fightings here. And in the strategy video I'm making, I'm putting like the concentration of the troops. And as you can see, just it's not finished. There is not yet like the Lugansk Republic for soldiers, but it's really one of the most populated frontline. Well, this part is the most populated frontline. Be careful. Two lines over the Russian flag or the Ukrainian flag. Two lines means 1,000 soldiers. One line means 200 soldiers. So here you are, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. You understood. And as you can see, I did not put yet the Ukrainian's artillery, and the mapping is a bit old, so it's not corrected yet, but don't worry about it. That's why I've put the Ukrainians here, despite that it's Russian. But there is a lot of artillery, lots of soldiers. It's really the most populated place, the area where there's the most soldiers. The biggest fightings happening right now in Ukraine is in this forest, the Kremenaya forest. Don't look back. Yes, there is Bakhmut. Bakhmut, you have this. I agree, Bakhmut is very. There is a lot of fightings too, but it's not Bakhmut that is the worst, or at least there is something that is as much worse as Bakhmut. It's this forest. It's a. I don't know if you can imagine what this means. Like, for example, in this square-shaped forest, there is 1,000 Ukrainian, 1,000 here, 1,000 here. You understand what it means? It's like there is a lot of soldiers, lots of soldiers. 1,000 Russian here, 1,000 here. So many artillery. One artillery brigade. I don't know. It's a brigade. I forgot the name, but there is six artillery here. Each one is six artillery cannons, and I mixed everything. So it's not just artillery cannon, but it can be grad, it can be solid CPOC, or like rocket launchers. I didn't want to make it too hard to understand. But yeah, there is so many artillery that it's hell on earth. Really don't People really don't understand how much this area is the worst. All right, so looking forward for this video, but don't worry, I'm really working on it, as you can see. So see you for the next video, guys. Bye bye.